Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the complex world of corporate filings and figure out what it all really means. Today we're diving into a report from Boston Scientific Corporation, and let's just say there might be some interesting moves happening behind the scenes, especially around their debt. So, on the 4th of February 2026, Boston Scientific Corporation, a company you probably know for its medical devices, dropped a press release about their financial results for the end of 2025. Now, this report isn't just a look back, it gives us a peek into how they're managing their business and their finances. What is really catching my eye here is the mention of their 0.625% senior notes due in 2027. These are essentially loans the company took out, and the fact that they are specifically highlighted alongside their common stock in the document tells us the company is very focused on its debt structure right now. They are listing their common stock, which represents ownership in the company, and these older debt notes. This kind of pairing suggests a focus on both how investors see the company through its stock and how it is managing its financial obligations. We see a lot of these numbers, 885,725 popping up. These are likely internal identification numbers, and while they are crucial for the filing, they don't tell us much about the business story itself. For us, the investors and watchers of these companies, we want to know what is happening on the ground. This filing is from Boston Scientific Corporation, a global medical technology leader. They make a wide range of products used in various medical fields, from heart devices to surgical tools. They're a pretty significant player in the healthcare industry. Their common stock, ticker symbol BSX, is traded on the New York Stock Exchange. That is a big deal and means a lot of eyes are on their performance. The main point of this report is to give us updates on the company's results of operations and financial condition. Think of it as a corporate checkup, detailing how they did financially and what their current financial health looks like. The core of this announcement is a press release from the 4th of February 2026. Companies often use these releases to put their best foot forward, so we need to dig a bit deeper to see the real story. It details their financial results for the fourth quarter and the full year ended the 31st of December 2025. This document is a Form 8K, which is a report of unscheduled material events or corporate changes. When a company files an 8K, it means something significant has happened that investors need to know about, and it is usually time sensitive. This one seems to be about their financial performance announcement. The Form 8K is a critical document. It is a way for companies to quickly inform the public about important events. This specific filing is essentially saying, hey, we've released our latest financial news, and here is how we're filing it. The fact that it is filed pursuant to Section 13 or 15 of the Securities Exchange Act of 1934 just means they are complying with the rules set by the US Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, for reporting these kinds of events. Boston Scientific Corporation is incorporated in Delaware. This is common for many large US companies, as Delaware has business-friendly laws. The 04-2,695,240 number is the IRS Employer Identification Number, also known as their tax ID number. It is unique to the company. This indicates their principal executive offices are located at 300 Boston Scientific Way in Marlborough, Massachusetts. And their main phone number, if you are ever to call them directly for official inquiries, is 508-683-4000. Now, the real meat of these filings, the part we get excited about, is usually buried in the attachments or reference within. This particular 8K is more of a notification filing, telling us that a press release with financial results has been issued. So, while this document itself doesn't contain pages of financial tables, it is pointing us to where that juicy data is. The press release Exhibit 99.1 is where we'd typically find the detailed numbers. Since we don't have the full press release data directly in this HTML, we have to read between the lines of the 8K itself and the metadata it provides. The fact they're referencing financial results for the year ended the 31st of December 2025 means they are now officially reporting that data. What this tells us is that Boston Scientific has likely shared news about their revenue, their profits, their expenses, and potentially any significant changes in their assets and liabilities throughout 2025. Typically, these announcements also include forward-looking statements, giving a hint about their expectations for the upcoming year. The emphasis on the senior notes due 2027, noted by BSX, Senior Note Due 2027 member, suggests that managing their debt is a current priority. Companies often highlight debt structure when they are either refinancing, issuing new debt, or making significant payments. Without the actual press release, it is hard to say their exact situation, but the framing matters. Furthermore, the inclusion of us GAAP common stock member points to their focus on shareholder value and equity structure. When we see these listed together, It implies a holistic view of their capital structure, how much debt they have versus how much ownership equity is outstanding. The dates also seem to be significant. We see the 4th of February 2026 repeatedly. This is the date of the filing and the announcement. They are reporting on the year that just ended, the 31st of December 2025. And doing so very promptly at the beginning of 2026, this shows a commitment to timely disclosure. So, what is the story here? Boston Scientific is signaling that they're actively managing their financial health, paying attention to both their stock performance and their debt obligations. This kind of proactive financial management is usually a good sign, indicating a company that is well run and mindful of its investors and creditors. Now, looking at the broader picture, Boston Scientific is in a competitive market. Companies in the medical technology space are constantly innovating and facing regulatory hurdles. Their ability to manage their finances effectively, as indicated by this report, is crucial for their continued growth and ability to invest in research and development, which is the lifeblood of this industry. From a Warren Buffett perspective, we'd be looking for consistent profitability, a strong balance sheet, and a competitive advantage. While this 8K doesn't give us all the numbers, it suggests the company is mindful of its financial health and structure. The mention of specific debt instruments like the 0.625% senior notes due 2027 is key. If these notes are being paid down, refinanced, or if the company is issuing new debt, it has implications for their interest expenses and overall financial risk. The fact that this report is structured as an 8K with the main financial details in an attached press release is standard practice. It means the official, detailed financial statements and analysis will be in that exhibit. We can infer that the company is likely reporting positive or at least stable results. Otherwise, they might have more to explain in the main body of the 8K itself. Alright, that is our initial decode of this Boston Scientific filing. While this 8K is more of a signpost, pointing us toward their detailed financial results. It highlights the company's focus on its capital structure and its commitment to timely reporting for the year 2025. What is your take on the emphasis on debt and common stock in this filing? Does it signal anything to you about their strategy for the coming year? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to Corporate Decoder for more insights into the world of finance and business. And hey, don't forget to join our growing community on Discord, linked in the description, for more in-depth discussions and to connect with fellow corporate enthusiasts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next Decode.